We grew up in the British education model because we were all British colonies at one point. A 19th century industrial model based on a behaviorist mindset. B.F. Skinner spearheaded school-wide reinforcement schedules that somehow evolved into rewards and punishments in classroom implementation. It's one of the reasons that education is in crisis. Brain-based learning models bring us into the 21st century, replacing outdated methods. These modern models focus on how human brain processes information and how children learn. We know today that the basis for survival is not food and shelter, but rather love and a sense of belonging. I am Manjula, a former classroom teacher, school principal, neural educator, and learning scientist. I began my career in the year 2005 and I always loved teaching students. I went to the classroom with detailed preparation and worked to complete portions, administer assessments, and grade children based on their performance A, B, C, etc. I was successful, except that there were always few questions in my mind about why some children were not engaging, why some children had more potential but weren't able to reach that potential, why some children were very sensitive and some very resilient. Yes, it was rather frustrating. But at the same time, I had a lot of other things to do and I kept moving on because that's what happens in education. And then I got into teacher training and I traveled and taught across India. I went to metro cities, towns and villages where I met and worked with thousands of teachers. I realized that they had the same question, why some children failed at school. As a passionate teacher, I experimented with different pedagogies in the classroom. I connected with many educators in India and worldwide seeking their advice. In the year 2018, I got connected with Dr. Kieran O'Mahony, learning scientist in cognitive neurosciences from Seattle, USA. I attended summer institutes and met his fabulous team who introduced me to the learning sciences and the methods that delivered neuroscience into the learning space. From then on, I am teaching with a neural lens. I attended basic and advanced course and became certified. How could I have spent so many years of teaching and not actually knowing about this marvelous human brain? And I realized then that all of us, in fact, people all over the world also had been in the same boat that we were all trained in a system and model built for the 19th century. Sadly, schools are still mostly two-dimensional, focusing on motivation through rewards and punishments. It's time to step up and create the school of the future. And we at Cog Learn know how to do it. The children have taught us. Consider when you bought your first computer all of those decades ago, it came up with a massive tutor and guide that taught us how to install, fine-tune and operate. When children download a new piece of software and acquire a new piece of hardware, they intuitively know how to operate it. In fact, many children are writing their own software and games. What's changed? It's simple, their brains are wired for the 21st century. It's all about neuroplasticity. Even our brains have changed. But our children were born in the age of information. These Gen Z and Gen Alpha kids are different. Our schools have to be different if we are to pass along the tools and the cultural values that matter. Tomorrow's schools will move rapidly to a place where children will co-create their thinking systems, their learning systems, and their collaboration systems with teachers and parents who know how the brain works and how children learn. There is no excuse today to not to bring this information into the learning spaces. We know that some children are genetically sensitive, with high autonomic nervous system reactivity that prompts them to question their own self-worth. Rewarding and punishing these children fail to motivate them. When we co-create the learning environment, these children are natural leaders, critical and original thinkers, and powerful contributors. We have demonstrated that children who were perceived at risk, children are just as capable as children who were born with a deep and crisis-free resilience. At Cog Learn, we have created a complete 360-degree solution for schools and homeschooling. We have designed a child-engaging and brain-friendly curriculum, multiple perspective videos, animations, disequilibrium videos, brain breaks, cognitive assessment model, and teaching support material, especially 100 lesson engagement plan for each subject, digital teaching aids on AI-based technology platform, and Cog Learn Experience Hub plus Family Academy. Welcome to the Cognitive Revolution. Welcome to the new education for a new century. Join us.